All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Here's our last couple of problems to check our answers on, and let's see. So this first one, again, I am noticing I have an SSA situation, and I see that this angle is acute, which means I need to calculate my height. That's B times sine A. So this is going to end up being 12 times the sine of 36. Oops, 36. And as I calculate that, that's 7.05. Right? Do that up in your calculator, 7.05. So therefore, H is smaller than A, which is smaller than B. Which means that this is going to have two solutions. Now, if this has two solutions, we need to look at both triangles when we calculate them. So we're going to have to make both of those triangles. And so the first one will have an acute angle. And so this is going to be 36. There's a 36-degree angle there. And I'm going to go ahead and use my law of sines to calculate the other. So if this is A, B, and C, that means this is 9 and 12. So I can calculate angle B with the information that I have right now. So that's sine of 36 over 9 equals the sine of B over 12. Solving for sine B, you end up with sine of 36 times 12 all over 9, which means that B is the inverse sine. Again, this part right here is 0.7837, so this is the inverse sine of 0.7837, and we get that B is 51.6. So if this is 51.6, I can then use my knowledge that the interior angles add up to be 180. And so this is 180 minus 36 minus 51.6. So my final angle here is 92.4. So this over here, obviously not drawn to scale, right? This would be 92.4. So now that I know that this angle is 92.4, I can then use my law of sines to find little c. So this is going to be sine 36 over 9, because that's my a's. But then this is sine of 92.4 over c. Solving for c, I end up with sine of 92.4 times 9 all over sine of 36. And when you do that whole thing in your calculator, you end up with c equal to 15.29. So that's our last one over here, 15.29. So that's one of the triangles. Now remember, the other triangle we create by taking this 51.6 and subtracting it from 180. So this angle over here is 180 minus 51.6, which is 128.4. Now, I can draw this triangle. So this is a 128.4 angle right here. And I've got the same A angle of 36. So this is A, B, and C. And that's 12. And this is 9. Knowing that the two angles in here, I can find the third angle. It's 180 minus 128.4 minus 36, which makes it 15.6. And knowing that this is 15.6, I can then use law of sines to find my final side. So this is the sine of 15.6 over the side C. And then that means that the I could do sine 36 over 12 to find this last piece. Cross multiplying, I end up with C equals sine of 15.6 times 12 all over sine of 36, which when we throw that into our calculators here, we end up with, that's times 12 divided by sine of 36. We end up with 5.49. And there we go. That is that problem there. Again, we had to make two solutions. This one we found by subtracting our angle from 180. Finally, last one. Again, I noticed that this is acute, and that means that I need to calculate my height, b times sine of a. So this one is 4 times the sine of 50. And when you do that, you end up with 3.06. So here I'm noticing that h is greater than a, which means that this is no solutions. All right, that's the end of the lesson for today. Make sure you have questions. I know those two solution ones can be a little bit rough. Make sure you ask questions if you need it here. But thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you another time. Bye.